Okay, Kurt's over. Where are you going now?
Keep talking.
Keep talking? No, you'll get run away.
No, I'm not.
Look at
I'm
this
coming back.
shit.
I'm coming
Oh, he's
back.
getting some poop. Hey, it is Mountain Woods Reptiles. Did you just run to the table?
It got caught on my pants, the little hook thing.
Your pants got hooked. Anyway, we're live, as you can tell, and outtakes now just kind of roll like normal. So it's me and Caleb here with Kurt running the camera, so he's going to read all of your comments to us, at least the ones he feels appropriate to read.
Someone says hello from Iowa.
Well, hello. I got to ask, are you a Cyclone or a Hawkeye?
Cyclone, if you're a Cyclone, is Cyclone Larry okay?
Yeah, we're worried about Cyclone Larry. We think he might be dead. Nobody's heard from him in a while. Anyway.
Hawkeye.
So you probably don't care if Cyclone Larry's dead. So we're going to cut this set of clutch number 2. According to our board, it is a lesser to Mystic Potion. That's not correct. It's a super lesser. I know that because we don't have any regular lessers of blade. Bred to a Mystic Potion, but interesting thing, we don't really know what's going on. We never observed a lock between the Mystic Potion and the super lesser. The year previous, this was bred to a GHI. However, in my usually retained sperm makes me like, shit, these look really good. Like really good. So, we're going to be hopeful here. So we're going to cut these and see what we get. They're about day 53, and we just want to do a cutting video. We're also going to start updating these a lot quicker than we used to, like when they're out of the egg. I'll even do it right now for clutch number 1. Okay, you ready? How many people we got in here, Kurt? I'll have to do this one time.
22.
All right, for you 22, I'm going to update clutch number 1 for you right now. It sucked. We had 1 egg. We had 4 slugs, I believe it was. The one baby we cut looked awesome. I mean, awesome. Definitely Firefly Xanthic. We were letting it crawl out the egg. We came back from the show, and I went to check on that thing, so I'm like, it should be starting to crawl out now. And it hadn't, although it had been alive up until then. I gave it a tap, nothing. I gave it another tap, nothing. Went ahead to remove it from the egg, because obviously, and where we couldn't see because it was able to have the side up, there was a whole bunch of kinking along the lower parts of the spinal area that I'm sure that thing was not fit to live. So it died, and that's a bummer. But with that clutch having 1 good egg and 4 slugs, and very likely being from the previous year pairing, I am not too surprised, although I'm still bummed. This one I have high survival rate hopes.
So what are you hoping for in this clutch?
Well, that's what's going to be interesting to find out. One, we'd like some lesser GHIs if it's from the previous year's father. We would also I would really like bells. We hit bells really well the first year, then we couldn't hit a bell. Save our rosy red ass. So by using that Mystic Potion, which is a Mojave Mystic combo, okay, to a super lesser, all we should make is bells. We shouldn't be able to tell you if it's a lesser Mystic or a lesser Mojave. That'll be fun down the road.
Yeah, because someone asked, how do you
bells.
tell the difference between a lesser Mystic and a lesser Mojave?
I'm just tired of missing on bells. So I said, fuck it. I'm not going to do that anymore, and this is how I'm going to cheat the system. We'll see if the system played nice, and if we end up getting last year's babies or this year's babies. What else could happen, Caleb? I've been talking the whole time. You've been quiet, and I'm not going to let you get away with that anymore.
What could happen is if it's retained sperm, this could be a shit show.
What else could happen? What else could happen besides retained sperm or new daddy?
It could be dual sire.
Could be. What would that entail for these fine people watching at home?
Well, we could hit some bells, we could hit some lesser GHIs, and we could hit some lessers.
Yes.
Because basically, like it says, dual sire, you could have 2, half the clutch could be, we'll make it nice and easy with numbers. You could have 3 that are from last year, and that would be lessers and GHIs. And then you could have 3 that are going to be bells.
What about a bell GHI?
It cannot happen.
Okay. He's not going to tell you why, because if it does, he's right. It can't happen. If we do it with a dual-sided clutch, we'll do an entire video on that, how that actually works, why that can happen, and why you can't get all of those in one. But it's time to start cutting. I should let you do it, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to be gone for a month. You get to cut a lot of the cool ones. Piss off, I'm cutting today. That's how we do that. Oh, feels good. Feels like a good egg. When you feel these shells, guys, you can kind of tell what feels good. This is a good formed egg. I'm going to have a feeling we just missed. My prediction is that we just missed a lock, and these are going to be new eggs. That's my prediction. Because they just feel so good.
And if it's not, we're going to hit all lessers and no GHIs.
Shut your whore mouth. So we should see all white snakes. First one. Look at that. That, guys, is a bell. Ain't no doubt about it. Come on, move for me. Move for me. Oh, there you're moving. You're fine. So there's one bell. Now I'm going to guess these are all going to be bells because the likelihood of this being one dad is higher than dual sired. Um, so we'll keep cutting and see what we get. Snippy snip. Going to probably be an all white snake. Look at that. There's a little eye, head, all white movement. So yeah, 2 out of 2. We're probably just missed the lock. He's probably a 2-pump chump, and we just missed it. I feel his pain.
Clint says he hopes to have some bells in the incubator.
Well, I'll tell you, Clint. And by the way, I hope you're really enjoying that boa. Kurt was so proud of his work. I'm assuming that's the same Clint. Another all white snake. Oh, that one moves a lot. We did great our first year. We did a lesser to lesser. I mean, this is back circa 20. Well, shit. What year is that one say on it? Oh, right here. Well, I don't have the year on that one for some reason. I think I do on that other one.
17/10/06.
This was back in 2017, and we hit like 4 lessers and 1 clutch out of 6 eggs. So we thought it was going to be easy all the time. And we kept 2 and sold the rest of them. And, we've just had a bear hitting them since then. We've done it a few times, but we've also had something where, like low odds and then a failure to thrive. Like, it's been one of those things that's been a bane of my existence for whatever reason. And so I wanted to kind of just make sure and get some this year because I was tired of missing. So you're seeing the results. Solid bells.
So someone asked, at what point did this become your job? Around how many snakes did you have?
So this isn't my full-time job. This is a job. I work a lot. I like to work. I'd rather spend my time working and being productive than watching the latest TV show or playing on my PlayStation, which I only have now to watch Netflix before I go to bed. Because I just... So this, it could have probably been closer to a main job depending on 2 things. One, I got a little expensive taste. There's a lot of things I want to pay to do. I like to travel, I like to go to sporting events, I like to do those things. Those things are going to cost money. I have to earn more money to do that, so it's what we do. Also, we expanded and bought real estate with our proceeds from the social media and from Olympus Reptiles, and real estate ain't cheap, so we're paying on that real estate, and we pay it on it very aggressively to have that done. I want to say in about a 9-year loan term, so that's where a lot of that goes. So yeah, this is not my only job or Kurt's only job. It's not Caleb's only job either. So it's not there yet. I mean, I don't think it will be for quite a long time. I mean, because
How many snakes do we have?
we had like 100. We were really slow to come up with a plan to actually grow it to that point. And so we're still kind of in that growth phase. And it could become our full-time job one day. It depends on, how big we want to get, which will probably stop around... Oh, that one's moving good. Another bell. Around about 100 to 120 breeding females is kind of the number we talked about. And at that point, we'll be able to make a really good profit where we probably could quit work and just do this for a living. But my new career is going to be very, very flexible, so I may keep both just because I like to work. I know that sounds weird, but I want to work as much as I can so I can play as much as I can when I'm off work.
So someone's wondering how you cheat the system on this clutch. How'd you get all bells?
Well, we haven't got all yet. Let's see if we can cut one more. It's going to be a bell, and I'll tell you. It's a bell. It's a bloody bell. That's not the snake. I hit a vein there. That's not... Animal's not injured. It'll be just fine. Movement there. We have actually never cut one using the scissor method that we like. It doesn't make the prettiest cut, but I don't care about that. I'm not cutting the eggs for pretty. I'm cutting the eggs because I want the snakes to have an eggs and make sure they're doing okay. So while we move these eggs, Caleb, do you want to explain how we hit perfect odds, 6 out of 6 bells?
I'm above 2. So right before these were laid, I bought these magic beans and I sprinkled them all over, and boom, I'm magic and they are bells. That's how it works.
This is live stuff, man. You got to give the people the real answer.
The real answer is we're magic now. For real.
2 supers.
Yeah, we used 2 supers. We had a super lesser female and then a mystic potion, which is a mystic Mojave, which is a form of a bell, kind of. And they made all bells because that's all we could make.
Okay, bonus points, whichever one of you can tell how I screwed the fuck up. I did screw up.
To who?
For you guys.
Oh,
How did I screw up, boys? What did I do wrong?
I don't know.
Kurt?
I don't know. I was watching the.
If you were watching on there, you'd see it.
I was talking.
Okay. Here's how I screwed up. I'll tell you guys. I typically, when I go to cut, I move the eggs before I cut them and take this out beforehand. And this time I forgot to do that. So I was excited to see we got all bells. So I took it out after. Doesn't hurt anything, but you have more of a goopy mess and you may lose a little of the albumin if you're very full eggs, which these are. But you can see they're still good to go in there. But just remember, if you're going to remove your grating, which I recommend, remove your grating. And if you know what this is, by the way, this is coconut that was on the bottom of the eggs. So the eggs were laid in the substrate, so that gets stuck on there. It falls through over time. That's all that is. You can see some of it even makes it down there. It's still coconut substrate. We didn't spill too much albumin, but if I would have tilted those, it made my life harder. Do it easy way. Move
Some
this
people
down
are.
and cut.
Why aren't you on the Wi-Fi? Some people saying this is really pixelated.
Oh, because the Wi-Fi was screwed up and turned it off. My bad. Yeah, turn it on. Scroll down, turn it on. It'll auto do it. Woohoo! Pixelated it. Did you get it on? You just got to touch it.
How do you touch it?
You pull down the menu. Here, let me see it. Wave at the people for
I
a
got
second.
it.
You got it?
Just messing with you.
Okay. How do you touch it? You know how to touch it. You're almost you're 40. You figured it out by now. If not, Caleb will give you instructions later because I'm not doing it. So we'll show you guys these snakes again since it should be a better feed now. It's my fault. You can just see they're going to be basically all white snakes. Now we may get some gray heads in here because of the simple fact that we're using some Mojave, but they should be coming out pretty nice bells because we did use lesser too. And I'll have to look. Sometimes you can tell the difference because the Mystic will look a little different. So I'll have to do some checking to see if there's a way to identify the Mystics versus some Mojave bells in here. But as of right now, I'm going to tell you I can't guarantee that at all. But a little research will help a lot. So you can kind of see them all again. All nice, fully developed little white babies. So I'm really happy with this clutch. Now, is this something that I need for keeping? No, this was just me being pissed off because we kept missing on the odds for bells. And bells is one of those things that I would like to make every year. The reason being is these things are great for moving for sale. They're supers. They're pretty. They're going to sell well. They fit right in that niche where you'll have breeders who will want bells, because they're supers. And you'll have people with the pet train who will want bells. And it kind of sets right there in that niche in the middle of those two things where you can sell it to anybody. So this is one of those things that I like to have. It's something that people come up to a sales table and ask about. Oh, do you have any bells? Oh, I wish I'd see bells here. Oh, I'm looking for a bell. I hear that frequently when I travel and go places. Everybody loves bells. So you should set yourself up to make some bells if you can. It's definitely good. It's kind of like pies. Bells and pies are some staples for some simple homozygous animals that are going to sell very well for you. Or allelic animals, depending on how you look at it. Anything you want to add? No? Anything you want to add?
Yeah, what does BELL stand for?
Stands for blue-eyed leucistic. So it's not, and when you get new people, I love this, man. It happens all the time. So you go somewhere and you show somebody an all-white snake, and you're down somebody, they don't have the snake, not snake people. They go, well, my God, that's a pretty looking albino. And I'm like, oh, fuck. You've all done it. Come on, you're like, oh, fuck. It's not albino. It's not connected to albinism. Albino is going to do different things. This leucistic is in other animals too. You're going to get a very, very white animal. You're not going to get the yellow color because you're not just deleting the dark pigment. You're pretty much getting rid of all of it. These will have the blue eyes. There's also cystics with black eyes, which we think we'd call them bells too because it's the same acronym, but they don't because it'd be confusing as fuck. Then you can also get an all-white snake that's more pink-eyed, that's got some yellow hints to it. You could lighten up and get the all-white that's not actually a leucistic, and that would be using the snows. That would actually be using albino, but you're also stripping most of the yellow out with the xanthic. So.
Also make cherry bombs.
In ball pythons? Mm-hmm. What's a cherry bomb in a ball python?
Cherry bomb is a bell albino, so it's got the all white with the red eyes.
Well, okay then. So a double recessive. Well, not really a double recessive, a double homozygous.
Yeah.
Be the best way to look at that. So, yeah, I've never heard it called cherry bomb, but I always hear cherry bomb. I always think of your short tails and bloods.
Yeah, that's what I was
Because there's a
thinking.
cherry bomb in there that's been around for a long time. So,
Jeff says super fire better.
this must be Redneck Jeff. Am I right?
Yep.
Redneck Reptiles. Kiss my ass, Redneck Reptiles. No, actually, we love Jeff.
No, we don't.
Super Fire is another way. That makes us. We're talking about the. No, we don't. That's how you make the black-eyed Lucy, which we do want to get down there to Redneck Jeff's place here soon and film some of his stuff. He's got some Super Fires, I believe, so we can really kind of highlight the differences in those two animals. Super Fire's better. Take that shit and get out of here. Oh, so anything else? And again, guys, while he's looking, I want to apologize to the feed. That was my fault. I forgot to turn my Wi-Fi back on. I was at work and it was causing me to slow down because it was spotty, so I shut it off to use the 4G, and it slipped my mind. We do have really good Wi-Fi here that we pay for now to get you guys good feed. So me not having it on, it's on me. My bad. Hopefully the feed's been better. No more complaints with turn on the Wi-Fi.
I don't know if it got. I think it got better.
He's so helpful.
Someone said that our channel is underrated.
Well, you know what you can do to help us with that? I appreciate the sentiment, but there is something that y'all can do to help us with our channel being underrated. I tend to agree. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share the videos that you really like every now and then if you don't mind, and keep commenting on those. And make sure your bell is clicked, your notification bell. And I'll tell you what, because YouTube's full of dick holes that don't like people who don't succumb to the YouTube algorithm and say whatever they're supposed to say. If you start saying, I haven't seen an Olympus video in a long time, check. We're going to keep posting twice a week. I have people come up like, oh man, I wish you'd still post. I haven't seen your video in years and I miss you. And I'm like, bro, twice a week. But sometimes YouTube won't show it to you. You have to seek it out. So make sure and know we're going to post twice a week. So I do appreciate that sentiment, though. We do want the channel to grow. We want to keep getting into people's houses and keep sharing and learning from others as well. So anything else? I love these lives.
Yeah, someone asked where they can buy our snakes.
Where can you buy our snakes? There's two places. I'm going to tell you the best one. I'm going to tell you the second one. The best one is by joining the Patreon, which you can find that link to in any of our videos except for the lives because they just kind of turn on. Just click on that. It'll take you there. It is a paywall. I'm not going to lie. We release all of our animals on that Patreon first for the members to pick through. It's kind of one of the perks they're paying for amongst others. The next list actually releases on Thursday, so you can get it in time to do that. The other thing you can do is we are now having enough overage in our production that Patreon's actually not buying it all anymore. They're still picking through and taking what they really want, and you're going to see us going to shows. We just got back from a show this week. We were in Lincoln, Nebraska at the Show Me Reptiles. Had a wonderful time. There'll be films from that coming out very, very soon. And we're currently picking a second show to go to before I take a sabbatical for a month. So we're going to probably be telling you what that is once we get it nailed down. We have a pretty good idea. We're probably 85% sure what that is, but we're not 100% yet. So
people are asking about the $5 tier because it's
filled.
Yeah, I don't know. We have to fix that.
We have to fix it. So here's what the deal is. Patreon sucks on some things. They're great on some things, but what they suck on is like when people leave, it doesn't always count them as left. I don't know why that is, but we're going to have to probably boot people, which I didn't really want to do because then it bans them permanently. And I don't know why I can't just say, hey, they're no longer on the rolls to open up some of those spots so they're available. But the $5 tier, we'll get some of that open. But I'll tell you too, it is not the only tier that's there, and you get better benefits on the more tiers. So if you're planning on joining, you might take a look at the other ones, and we are going to be revamping some of those benefits in the near future. So including up to a 35% animal discount on the top tier, in which there's not a lot of spots for because there are some people who literally, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, they're gonna pay $1,200 a year, but they save that in snakes from us because of that discount. Chris, I'm looking at you, buddy, which is great. That's what it's for. That's what we want. It's gonna mean that they're gonna purchase from us because they're gonna get that discount, and we love that. So there's that. There's also tiers that are $10. They'll get you a t-shirt, all the benefits, plus the discounted shipping, which got worth more because we did raise our shipping cost because Biden or Trump, whoever you want to blame for inflation, you pick one and I'll say, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care about politics. But one of them assholes has screwed that up. So, or both. Maybe it was Pelosi. I don't know. Everybody gets blamed. It wasn't me. I didn't do it. That's all I know. But I'm not making it anymore. Golly. So anything else on that?
Nope.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I appreciate the underrated. And
Jeff says, just say Biden.
Just you can. I try not to pick a side here, but if you really want to know how I feel, you come talk to me. I'll be more than happy to discuss with you civilly, but never.
Anna says there's another benefit.
What's the other benefit on in the Discord?
Yes.
That's what she wants me to talk about. So if you do get on there, whether it's a $5 tier, which is filled up, or if you go ahead and jump on the $10 tier, you can get on the channel's Discord, which Anna manages for us. And if you have problems, she'll get you taken care of squared away. I know we're at Lincoln. I think she got at least 3 people's Discord running for them properly, so they were involved. That Discord is pretty awesome. It's a really active community. You can ask questions, get answers from people who know what they're doing without the Facebook backlash that you often feel. And we also allow people to buy, sell, and trade on there themselves. So we have built a community that instead of being like, hey, you pay and you can only buy from me, you can use that money, which is a small investment, and you're going to be able to buy and sell to people that you talk to and know are legit, lowering the chances of being scammed by far. So that's there too. And I love the Discord. It's been a big boon for us. There are people who stay on our Patreon that don't even give a 2 shits about me anymore. They're like, yeah, they're probably past what I'm doing, but they stay there for that marketplace and for that Discord, and that's awesome. So anything else, Kurt, before we hop off? Going once? Oh, he's thinking about something.
No.
Going twice? No.
Sold.
Going 3 times sold. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next egg cutting. That's 6 bells. I'm a happy camper. Ooh, I had a burp. Hopefully that was off there.